It started off with wanting to just lose some body fat. So I was lifting weights, I was doing cardio, I was on a caloric deficit. Yeah, a full body transformation.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to TheBigFat Fit. From now on, it is a new chapter for this channel. It's just going to be deep dive videos in one particular topic in the fitness, food, wellness space. And this is the first. Today, it's all about women's fitness. I'm here with the most fittest girl I know. That's Anchal here. Now, she's insanely fit. Look at her. She's been through her own transformation. She's a nerd in this just like me.
I am slightly.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe not as big, but close.
The goal is to uncover absolutely everything about women's fitness. And let's understand the nuances. I'm going to put you on a couple of spots. And I think according to YouTube, I have like 22% female viewership. I want you guys to take maximum value. And for men, well, it's general knowledge, all right? Now, as on the book, most of the fundamentals stay the same. But for us, it's to get to know, the whole world of women's fitness a little bit better. And she's going to help us do just the same. Now, before we get these raunchy questions started, I want you to listen to her story first. So, Anchal, why do you lift weights? Why are you into fitness? And why do you even care about eating right?
Okay, so I have to start with my childhood. I think I grew up living a pretty healthy lifestyle. I played competitive tennis, I played basketball for my school, and I ran track as well. But I think somewhere around college, when I turned 21, I started completely ignoring the fact that you need to be vigilant of what you put in your body, and you need to be getting some movement in, and mental well-being in general. So once I graduated college, I suddenly realized that I'd put on about 15 kilos. And
so that period, she thought she was fat, but she wasn't, because I was insanely huge. But listen to the next part of the story.
I wouldn't say fat, but I think I reached a point where when I looked in the mirror, I didn't recognize myself in the mirror. And this was really shocking to me. I didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't recognize who I was seeing. I didn't recognize the body, and therefore I didn't recognize myself. I didn't want to be this person anymore. I was getting into a point of self-pity and hating myself, which is a really, really dark place to be in. And once I hit the saturation point, I started hitting the gym. And the gym helped me so much in getting me out of a pit that I had dug myself into. And once I got into it, I got absolutely obsessed with, eating right, with fueling yourself right, with exercising, and just taking care of your mental health, taking care of your physical body, and therefore your mental health.
So how much were you weighing at your max? Let's call it your heaviest weight. How much was it?
So I think this is all relative because it's related to how tall you are.
Sure.
So I'm 5 feet 6 inches, and at my heaviest I was about 68 kilos.
Mm-hmm. And now you weigh?
And now I weigh about 54.
See, that's amazing. And I'm gonna put the transformation pictures all across your screen. And the pictures are a justice in itself. We're going to get to some really important questions, and I'm just going to throw at her, which even I want to know the answer to, all right? Sometimes when I speak to girls, women's fitness is like this black box.
I think it's pretty controversial. A lot of it is pretty controversial.
Yeah, it's this black box that I don't know the answer to. And through her, today we'll know tons of answers to all these questions. But it's question time. Question number 1, is dieting different for women as compared to men? Is it different at all, or is it just same?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So the fundamentals stay the same.
Fundamentals stay the same. You want to lose weight, you got to be on a deficit. You want to put on weight, you got to be on a caloric surplus. It holds true for everything.
Hormonal issues. Do you think that female hormones and the complexity that surrounds, that topic makes it harder for women to, beat any fitness goal, achieve their fitness goal? Do you think at all?
Good question. I think there's a lot of controversy around this. I do think there's a lot more complexity in women's hormones. And I'll give you an example. So throughout a woman's cycle, there are two main hormones, I think estrogen and progesterone, that heighten and then lower based on where you are in your cycle. So for example, when women PMS, we go into a stage where estrogen and progesterone are at higher levels.
Okay.
So this means your body temperature rises and therefore you're burning more calories. So this is
Wow.
why we have cravings. This is why we want to eat more. This is why you want to eat sweets. So it does tie into a lot of aspects in your life, into fitness, into eating right and things like that.
Okay.
But in general, I don't think it's such a big deal. Listen to your body, and if you want to have a cookie when you're PMSing, have a cookie.
Listen, count calories. You're actually better off. Just understand the mechanics behind eating. Do you think it's tougher to get a workout in during that time of the month?
Okay, personally...
And also, I'm sorry, do you think men can ever get that feeling when they're working out? Do you think it's at all comparable?
Personally, I've not had an issue with working out during that time of the month. In fact, I find it beneficial. I feel like the endorphins that are released during exercise really help me out. Of course, I do switch out my workouts for something lower intensity during that time of the month. But in general, every woman has different symptoms during that period, before that period, after that period. So it's really personal.
Alright, here's another myth. Women can get way too muscular if they lift a lot of weights.
Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Lift weights, women.
Lift weights, I think that there's such a weird mindset around it. People think that if you lift weights, you become manly, you lose your curves. In fact, I've seen such a difference. I think it accentuates your curves. Grow that booty, right?
Okay, Anchal, what's your reason to stay fit? Like, for men, it could be mostly related to looks, sometimes related to health. Is it the same for women, or do women chase something completely different?
My reason for staying fit, and I think a lot of the women that I do speak to that are into fitness would agree with the fact that the aesthetic is a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
I think I eat well, I exercise because it helps me with my mental health also, which ties into your physical health. And anyone who tells you mental health and physical health is not tied together is lying to you. I think the biggest connection is what your brain and your body do together.
Alright, for men, it's usually the arms or the shoulders, something upper body for sure. But for women, what's your most favorite body part to work out?
Not gonna lie, glutes.
Okay. Straight to the topic. Okay.
Glutes and legs.
Glutes and legs.
My
Crazy.
absolute favorite.
Nice. Okay, here's a question I want to know the answer to. On a man, abs or arms?
Again, very personal. I love a man with a good set of arms. Arms for me.
Fair. Okay, here's another question. There's something called as men's only exercise and something called as women's only exercise. It's almost like blasphemy if a man does it and vice versa. Do you think that's true?
Absolute bullshit again.
Okay.
I mean, if a man wants to do yoga, man. Like, if a woman wants to lift weights and lift heavy, lift weights, man. Nobody cares. Do what you love. Do what makes you feel sexy and stick with it.
You do you. Okay, biggest mistake you see women do, at least let's say they're starting out. Because you're well into this.
Thank you. I think consistency.
Okay.
I think generalizing it to women is hard, but I do see a lot of women asking me questions on my profile saying that I've worked out for a month, I'm not seeing results yet, I've actually put on a kilo or two, and a month is absolutely nothing in retrospect. You need to be consistent, you need to be building habits, you need to be training your muscles and your body to understand what you're doing before you see results. So stay consistent.
Alright. So in that regard, do you think it's harder for women to be consistent? Is it inherently... So I don't know, I don't want to sound...
Sexist.
Sexist, misogynist or whatever, but is it inherent... do you think it's more inherent in a man to be more fit and not the same with women? Or do you think the society is changing? Do you think it's harder to be consistent as a woman?
No, I don't think it's harder to be consistent as a woman. I feel like I've heard a lot of stories where women struggle more to be consistent. Could be for a variety of reasons. What do you think?
I don't think so. If your mind's in it and if you want to get fit, you'll do it. That's it. It's just like, I think it applies to many aspects in life, but yeah, short answer.
What do you think men find hardest in fitness?
Men? Hardest? Oh my god, you put me on the spot.
I did.
So I think men should have no reasons. having been through both sides of the coin, this is just one particular chapter in life, which is fitness. There are so many things in life. I think within fitness and within the internet era, you should have zero qualms. Like that's the.
You mean excuses?
Yeah, zero excuses.
I do think people always are trying to come up with excuses. You know,
They
I
do.
have a 9 to 5. I have to look after my kids later. I do understand that it's tough, 100,000,000%. Your life is different than my life is. It's different to his life, but I don't think excuses are anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, for men at least in today's world, just get your asses to the gym, boys. Next question: squats are the only way to get a booty.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Deadlifts, hip thrusts, lunges. Actually, I think even with squats, there is a difference with targeting your quads versus targeting your glutes. So if you're doing squats in a way that's only going to target your quads, you're not going to see results for your glutes. So I would suggest do your research. If you're trying to grow your glutes, make sure you're targeting them. Make sure you're activating your glutes because glutes are stubborn for a lot of people. Do your research.
Okay, do you think PCOD, thyroid, inherent medical problems that are more common in women can be, a problem while it comes to getting fit? Even though you might not have the experience, I'm just trying to get to the point ki, is it medically tough for women to reach their goals as compared to men? Because we don't face that many problems. That's my understanding.
I'll be very honest, I don't know too much about the topic. I do know people who struggle with this. I know it's genetically harder for them to lose weight, and that's absolutely okay. But I still think you can achieve your goals. Maybe there's different ways to do it. Maybe there's different foods you can eat, different exercises you can do.
But that shouldn't be a reason, is what you're telling me.
I don't think it should be a reason to stay fit. Your definition of being fit could be different. It doesn't mean you need to lose 15 kilos and look skinny and look lean and things like that. But you can still achieve your fitness goals, whatever it is. What do men think about this issue?
I mean, I have no clue.
Is there any awareness around it?
Yeah, I mean, there are tons of content information about how women find it more problematic. I've heard a lot of things regarding. I have PCOS, I have thyroid, I have fat thighs, I have I have sugar,
Do you get
obesity.
questions on your channel asking you
100%
okay.
questions, comments. So my understanding of that is very simple. If you really want to do it, you'll do it. You'll find ways to do it. Last question: do you think women should take supplements, and are there women-specific supplements?
There definitely are women-specific supplements or brands that cater to women's supplements. I personally don't take them except BCAAs, which are branched-chain amino acids. And I take it because it helps with protein synthesis, which means it helps grow muscles quicker. But I think you have a different view.
But I have a different view because I almost nearly avoid all supplements other than whey. But that's for another day. But my understanding is that the very few supplements that are really value adding for women specifically. But I don't think that there's like something called as women's supplements, male supplements. Other than anabolics and testosterone and estrogen therapy, that's a different ball game altogether.
I know there are brands that cater to women's supplements. I don't want to name
But are they
them,
different though? Are they different?
I've not done enough research to get into it.
Yeah. So I think we're not in the position to say ki there's a women's specific supplement or a male specific supplement.
Maybe let us know in the comments if you think of anything.
If at all. Alright, so that is women's fitness in a nutshell. I think we covered most of the topics. Thank you, Ansh, again. And any last kind of comment or suggestion for women in the world, at least whoever's watching or even connected with the Big Fat Fit, like what do you have to say to them?
First of all, you're following someone absolutely phenomenal. I think he has some great advice. He tells it like it is, which you don't find too much online these days. Everyone's trying to, cover up what they're saying or beat it around the bush. So definitely stick with him. Also, fitness is personal to everyone. Please don't be looking online and thinking this is exactly what I should be doing. It's personal. It's your own journey. And there's nothing a man can do that you can't. So keep doing what you're doing. Do you and love yourself.
Alright, I have linked Anshul's Instagram profile. That's where she posts all her fitness content. You can always catch the Big Fat Fit movement on all socials. The book is always out there. And I'll see you all pretty soon with another topic that we will discover from scratch. Until then, have a productive ass week. Bye bye.